have you back on my channel. I hope you're good and staying safe and everything is going fine with you. My name is Yetunde. Welcome to my YouTube channel, the Yeti Army, like I call you. If you've not subscribed, please use the button under you to just subscribe, and you will definitely learn something. I also still go to channel to learn one or two things. There's also always a simpler method to do something, so you can just join us to learn something. It's good to have you. Just subscribe, put on the notification bell so you can get notified when we bring new videos. I run fashion school, online fashion school. I make ready to wear dresses and custom made attire for unisex people in Lagos, Nigeria. So any service you need, you can use the number on your screen to reach out to us. So today I want to talk about how to make that nice neckline. I've started neckline series. I have lots of necklines I've done on the page. You can go to former videos to see neckline series. So this is another of our neckline series. I don't know what it's just a high neck with a bishop collar and a cutout shoulder line, but it's a fanciful one. So we're just going to be talking about how to do this in few steps. Yes, so you should have your basic bodies, and I have mine already. For this dress I really don't need my shoulder line, so I'm just going to be closing this shoulder line. Like you all know, this is a normal bodice. I need it for the neckline, and this is my back bodice. Okay, so my front bodice now, I have the one with the shoulder line. I am going to close it. I'm going to just close it with my pin. My frequent followers know that I say I like to use the pin instead of the paper tape. How do you end it? You just put your point on this, and you close this. So I'm just particular about the neckline. However the down part wants to look is up to you. It could be a blouse, it could be a dress, it could be a crop top, it could be whatever you decide to do. So I'm particular about the neckline, and I'm sorry I don't know the name, I don't know what it is called. I just loved it and I felt I should share with you. So our dart is closed. The first thing I need to do now is interpret my neckline from my basic. So it has to be the basic neckline. Anything that has to do with colors has to be your basic neckline. Nothing more, nothing, no extension. No, you don't expand it. So normally how do you do that? It is your neck circumference into 5 for this place, which gave me a 2.5. Then your neck circumference into 6 for the neck depth, which gave me a 3. Once again, your neck circumference, measure around your neck in an easy fit, then divide by 5 to get this place. That's what give me 2.5. Divide that same neck circumference by 6 to get this depth. So this is just my basic neckline, which is also what you have at the back. At the back, you could just do, is always between ½ inch and 1 inch. Yeah, so my own is almost like 0.75, but I'll just say most for the essence of this class, just stay on ½ inch at the back. Neck width will be the same thing, so my 2.5, same thing here, and then the neck width is 0.5 at the back. Okay, so once we've done that, what we all basically need to do the neckline, this is a normal sleeved neckline, but you can do it for a sleeveless dress too. So what you do after you have your simple neckline is to measure what you have here on the round neckline. So whatever you have, this is 4.25. Break it into 3. 4.25 by break it into 3. Let's say 4.5. That's half. 1.5, 1.5, 1.5 inch. So I'm going to mark at 3 inches. So my cut will start at 3. At the back, there's no need to, you do the same thing for the back. So my back is 3. I break it into 3. That's 1, 1, 1. So I take out that one from the back. Yeah, hope you are with me. So once you do that for the front and the back, we've broken into 3, we've broken into 3. Now there's no static rule that says you have to use your bodies like this. You can alter it in the sense that in case if you want it to show more skin, you can bring it down a little bit, but according to the picture I posted, this is what you have, and then it's a cutout. So you can do it in a straight line, you can make it a funky line. So if you want it to be straight line, now on the armhole you're bringing it to however opened you want it to be. So on the armhole for this one, I'm just going to be marking For my arm, for my cutout, I use something between 4 and 5. So for this I'm going to be marking 4 inches. 4 inches. Okay, so you can bring this to the 4 inches. I'm going to try and do different lines. You know, fashion is, you can't exhaust creativity in fashion, so you can bring it to this place in this curve. You can do a back curve. Now this curve, you can see I'm not doing it too much, so that by the time I line it, if you do it too curvy, it will be needing interfacing to have that standing effect. So if you don't want interfacing, you can just use up and down curve, and then we just cut this and cut this. Now there's no rule that says it has to just be, you can bring it a little lower. I've seen some people want a little lower, so if you want it a little lower, you will just measure your neckline. This is close to how we do raglan sleeve, and you half it. So 4.5 is a 2.25, so you half it, and then you also bring it to wherever you want to bring it to. If you want to bring it to, let's say, if you want an open shoulder, you bring it. So for this one, the lower it goes, the lower the neckline too should go. So if you're doing this, you should do like maybe a 5 inch. Yeah, so for this I'm just going to be doing a 5 inch on my dress. Okay, so, or 4.5. So 4.5. Now let me just use the straight ruler if you want it in the straight form. Yeah, so I'm just giving you options of what you can try. So I have the straight ruler, I can use this. Now this is going to give you very much open cut, so be sure this is what you want to do before you start. You can do this to stay safe. That's it. But this is if you want your bodies. If you don't want if you want it on a sleeveless dress, then that means your armhole, you have to increase it by 1 inch. I'm going to put another paper under this so that I can do the one that has the armhole. Now because most of these designs, they come without sleeves, so I think let's just do that. So we'll have the armhole. I'm going to pin this new paper under this, and this I can turn it into a new armhole. Okay, so are you with me? I hope you are still with us. So this thing, for your sleeveless armhole, when you have your armhole, you just go, you know, you just go 1 inch up on the armhole. So let me first interpret the sides. I draw this side up, okay, to have my straight line, and you know, I already stopped at 1 inch up on my armhole. And then what do? You can take your French curve and recurve this armhole. So your sleeveless armhole and your normal armhole is not the same thing. So you know, I'm recurving this armhole. So if I want to do a sleeveless, this is how I will be cutting my dress. So for this now, since I'm done now, I can just, so you can see, you know, pattern drafting, just you can do so many things with it, and so like that. So we'll have our sleeveless armhole. So with this sleeveless armhole now, if you want it to be a sleeveless bodice, you're just going to gradually glide it down to the sleeveless bodice. Okay, so take the sleeveless. Now it just has to come to meet this part, and then you know, you link it to anyone you want to use. So linking the sleeveless bodice gradually. You can use your ruler if your French curve will be too deep for it, you know. So I'm just going to draw. Barrier is about to give way. I'm just going to redraw. Just going to be drawing, and you can just cut it like this and cut this place off to have your sleeveless bodice. So this is going to be the sleeveless bodice, and this one will be for the opened cutout. Yeah, so any which way you want to try, you should try it. So that being said, we will still continue, and I'm coming. I want to try and I want to interpret the back bodice. Now this is my full back bodice that I don't mess with. So I'm just going to be drawing this out somewhere else so that I can do a full representation. So I will not just explain it and then think you understand it. Like I've been told that I should accommodate beginners in my videos. So this is me accommodating beginners. So whatever you do for the armhole, if it's the sleeveless, you know, sleeveless will be ending something like this for the front. So if it's the sleeveless, you use that, and then if it's the non-sleeveless, you do your normal thing. Okay, so we have our back bodies cut out now, you know, no hassles. Okay, so I'm just going to continue what I did. So you know, as usual, at the back too, I did 1/3 of it, so that means I took out 1. Whatever we did at the front, we do at the back. So the front we did 4 inches, so I'm going to mark 4 inches on my, and then cut it. So like I said, whichever curve you want to use, but just something really light. Okay, so that's my back bodies now. So I have this, and I have the front bodies. The only thing now is to cut it out. We don't need this. The only thing we'll be needing right now is the neckline. Okay, so because you have to, you know, put a neckline to it. It could be a tiny rope, it could be something. So cut like this. Then first cut out the neckline. Okay, and then cut our sleeve. So I'm going to be cutting the curvy one, which is the first one that I did. So if you now want to, you know, you can use it for a bustier or whatever. That's when you can now open this and cut it out and sew back. But if you don't need it, just leave it closed. So I'm going to take my pin now. Now another style you can do with this, instead of just leaving it bare, is to do skin, or you can use your nude net to return this place, so that, you know, it's not just open cut. You would have the skin effect, but the skin effect will not be visible to people. So what you can do is transfer this back. You can use a nude net, you can use a lace cord, you can use a net, anything, or another fabric if you still want to put. So it's a style that, so I'm going to say neckline, I'm going to say another neckline, so that in case if you need it, armhole. So name your patterns when you need shoulder line. So this one is the cut. So for this cut, I'm just going to, you know, just do your balance mark, you know, just balance mark. time you sew this on the neck, you're going to just end it at the back. So by the time you join your dress, that's the front. By the time you sew it, you're just going to be sewing this to this, just following the curve. Don't forget that by the time you sew half inch up and the half inch down, you have that. Then you just sew it to the front and all the way to the back. Just leave half inch around. So by the time you are sewing, where's the center front? I'm going to notch it. So center front, I've notched it. Your center front has to meet this piece. So you sew this all the way to here and you stop. Yeah. Now when you are going to the back, doing something right, let us know. If you are doing something wrong, let us know. Like I said, let me read from you, let me get your feedback. And thank you for coming back again and again. Invite someone, tell someone about this channel. If you have any challenges, please talk to me. And that's a wrap for me from today. I say thank you.